Hello ladies and gents, Ro here and welcome to No Films. Today we're going to continue our iMovie tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to cover the basics of iMovie and basically how you guys can get started with iMovie, especially if this is your first time. So what I'm going to do is jump right in. I'm going to open up iMovie. It's the new version of iMovie, which is going to be 10.0.4, and your iMovie may start out by looking something like this. It is very important that we start at the same location. Your iMovie might look like this, or it might look with the actual libraries open already. But if you don't have the libraries open, you can just hit that little show button and it will show your libraries. Now, just for this tutorial particularly, let's say if you are you're going to the new version of iMovie from a previous version of iMovie, I do suggest going to File and going to Update Projects and Events. That way, all of your old iMovie projects and events will be transferred over and smoothly moved over to this, the new version of iMovie. And if you have a lot in the previous version, just give it some time because it will take a little bit for you to transfer everything over. But other than that, if this is just your first time opening up iMovie, you don't know what it is, then you don't need to worry about this. You're not going to need to do this. So let's just jump right in. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating our first project. So what you're going to do is go up to this the little plus sign at the top of your screen, and placing that plus sign, we're going to go to movie. Don't worry about trailer. That's just making a separate trailer, but we're going to create a movie. I'm going to select this. And from here you can choose from different themes. I most of the time go to no theme. As you can see, there's several here to choose from, but I'm going to go to no theme and basically make my own theme within my own project. So double click that to launch it, and it's just going to give you can create the name for your theme, and then also select the event. Now if this is like your first time opening up iMovie, you may have to create an event beforehand. It will prompt you to do so right here, most likely. But since I already have an event, I'm just going to go to iMovie tutorial event. And what an event is, where it stores all your footage for that project basically. And then the project name is going to be right here, my movie, but I'm going to name it my tutorial. And then I'm going to hit OK, and it should create that project right away within my iMovie event, which is down here at the bottom. Now, I don't personally like this layout, but I do suggest using this layout if you're planning on going on to Final Cut Pro, which Final Cut Pro looks very similar to this, along with the timeline being down here at the bottom, and then all your footage actually right here in the middle. So as you can see, I just selected my event, iMovie tutorials, and my project, my tutorial, is actually in there now. Now, if it didn't prompt you to create an event, you can create an event by when you have your libraries open, you can right click on the library section, right click and then go to new event, and it will have you create a new event, and it'll give you the title for it, and then from here you can change the name of that event to whatever you prefer. So I'm going to delete that one for now though. So you can create an event that way if it didn't prompt you to do so at the create a project screen. So once you have your event and your project within your event, what I'm going to do is I'm actually, just for my purpose, either way, I prefer the old version of iMovie look. So I'm going to go to Window up here, and I'm going to go to, it says Swap Project and Event. What basically it's going to do is going to put this window up here, the event, into the project window. So both of these windows are going to be swapped basically. So I'm going to go to Window and swap Project to Event again. And here we have it. This is our project here at the bottom now, with along the event and its footage. Now from here you can adjust the size of these. If you go up to this far right hand corner next to the search bar where it says Hide Rejected, or it may say All Clips on yours, but select this little option and then you can change the clip size. You can adjust the size of it, and from here you can also have the zoom in of like how much you see of the actual clip. And then also you can have show wave formats, which gives you the actual audio form. Since these are only images, they're not going to have any audio to them. But I'm going to make these a little bit smaller, actually as small as I can have them. And then the same goes up here. You can adjust the clip size, but since we don't have any clip size in there, we won't be seeing any differences at the moment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to import a project. Now you can import footage into your iMovie two different ways, and the first way is going through this import option up here. You just simply select that import, and it should load up, And then from here you can choose where you want to import from. It could be an external drive, data. Even if you plug in your iPhone, you can import from your iPhone. But most of the time I import straight from my desktop. And what I'm going to do is up here, it even shows you like little categories, but I'm going to go desktop, and I want to import to my iMovie tutorials, the event. So from my desktop, and let me look for the video. I believe the video I named was my tutorial right here. So import is selected, and as you can see now within our iMovie tutorial event, we have the actual my tutorial footage that I just imported. Now with this footage, you can select the entire footage and hit the little plus sign and put it into your project, or you can select just clips and portions of the clip that you want to import, and you just left click and drag to select that little portion, and then hit that little plus sign to add it in there, or you can simply drag and drop and drag it in there. Now as you can see, I have the wave formats here. That's because in this little option here, show wave formats is selected. You can make that disappear if you'd like. I'm also going to increase the size of the footage a little bit so I can see it better, and keep it right about there. And as you can see, we have our footage in the project, and from here we can go on to editing and additional items. And I have further tutorials to cover further additional more specifics regarding how to edit and all that regarding footage. Be sure to check out the playlist in the description. I have a playlist of all my tutorials if you're looking for something more in depth. But you will find most of your editing options down here: transitions, titles, maps, rounds, iTunes, sound effects, GarageBand, and that's the bottom left hand corner of iMovie. Then at the top right hand corner of iMovie, you'll find your adjustments, and here you can find additional like stabilizing, cropping, audio, slow motion effects, and just visual effects, and just trimming the audio, and then also picture-in-picture cut and green screen effects as well. Now to export a project is I have further tutorials on that as well. You're gonna go up to the share button right here, and at the very top of your screen. So let's say you've already edited your project, you can now share that option, and I normally go to File and then choose to export it straight to my desktop. I'll give an example of that in just a moment. But you can share it to Theater, which is just right over here in iMovie in Theater mode, which basically saves it through iCloud as well. And then you can access it through any of your devices. Also, you have email, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, CNN, iReport, and File. So I'm gonna go to File right now and give you a little example. Here's gonna be the title of your video. You can add a little description to it, tags if you wish, and then the quality of it. And it depends. The quality varies depending on how your original source is, what you recorded it in. And also it tells you the estimated size of the video. It shows you the 9 seconds. You can drag through it to see how the footage actually came out. And then also after you hit next, then you can choose where you actually want to save it to. Like I prefer to save it on my desktop, that way I can find it right away, and you can name it whatever you want. Again, basically the main title of the footage that it's going to be on your desktop. And just hit save, and it will process depending on how big your footage is. For example, like 5-minute footage, if it's in 1080p, should take no longer than 10 to 15 minutes to export. And here you are, I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to export that. And that's basically it, the basics of iMovie. And I hope this video is a lot better than my previous basics of iMovie tutorial. Like I said, leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I'm going to be more than happy to answer anything and help you guys. And be sure to check out my other tutorials and subscribe. Thank you guys. Later.
Let my life be the proof